Okay, so this lab is 2.3, blood glucose regulation as a feedback loop. All right, so you should have done 2.2 already where we looked at this chart, but here is the summary for it. So you can go ahead and read that over in case you don't remember what happened in 2.2. All right, so you're gonna flip to this page right here, which says page 4 at the bottom. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna read about what the lab is about. So I'll let you read that on your own. It's pretty self-explanatory. Make sure you underline as you're going through. Okay, so we are gonna do a lab with these fake organisms called couples. And right here we have a cup of their blood and it is blue, right? Which is different than ours. Okay, and so we're gonna add some substances to it. I want you to think by looking at this picture right here, right? What color would show that the glucose level is really high, or the blood sugar? Remember, those are the same things, right? And then what color would show that the blood glucose is low? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. Before we get started, you should fill out the hypothesis on page 5. These 2 questions, you should fill those out so that you're prepared for the lab. So do that before, pause now and go ahead and do that. And then we're just gonna follow the procedure as we read it, all right? The procedure says, get a plastic cup with a small amount of couple blood. This cup represents a healthy couple who has the normal concentration of sugar. So this color right here is the normal concentration of sugar, right? For number 2, it says the couple is hungry. Feed the couple by using the sugar dropper to add 5 drops of sugar to the plastic cup. Gently swirl the cup to mix the sugar with the couple blood. So if you see, I have some sugar here, okay? And I'm gonna kind of add to my blood, I'm gonna add some drops of sugar here. I'm gonna add a little bit more than 5 drops just because the dropper is a little small today. All right, I'm gonna mix it up, and what you should see is a color change. All right, so you should clearly see, and it might be hard on the video, but the blood changed to yellow. Okay, so you're gonna fill out, you might wanna pause here, fill out the chart that is under number 2, and then I'm gonna go on to number 3. Okay. Number 3 says, now the couple releases insulin into the bloodstream. The function of insulin is to open up cell membranes so that glucose can enter the cells to be used in cellular respiration. Add 20 to 30 drops of insulin to the beaker. Gently swirl the cup to mix the insulin with the couple blood. So we're actually going to grab something different now. We're going to grab something called insulin, okay? And we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add insulin to the blood, and we're gonna see what happens. You can probably see it changing colors right now, right? So we actually see that this is completely blue, okay? And like I said, the video might be a little bit hard, but we actually started with more of like a little bit tiny green, almost like a teal, and this is actually fully blue. So if you use the picture right here, okay, you are gonna write down what is happening. If it's royal blue, right, you're gonna talk about what that means that happened to the blood sugar, and you're gonna think about what does insulin do to the blood glucose levels then? Right, so I'm not giving you all the answers in this video, I'm just showing you what happens, so you definitely have to fill in the tables and think about it. But this is the 2.3 glucose regulation as a feedback loop, all right? The last step it tells us is that we actually are gonna have to fix the blood sugar level and bring it back to homeostasis. And so how we're gonna do that is we're gonna add sugar back in, because technically this blood sugar is now too low and we wanna bring it back up to normal. And like I said, I know it's a little bit hard to see, but it's actually not back to its original color. It's very, very blue right now. So we have to bring it back to kind of a slightly tealish green color. So we're gonna start adding sugar. I added about 3 drops. 15 drops. It's not back yet. 16, 17. I'm gonna mix it a little bit. All right, I think we're right back to the beginning. It might be a little bit too yellow, so I think I did too much sugar. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of insulin in there. We're gonna mix it, and we're gonna try to get it back to that green color we kind of started with. See, you add a little bit too much, and you gotta kind of bring it back down, right? So I must have added way too much sugar. There we go. Still a little yellow. So we're gonna add, there we go. I think that's exactly the color. Yes, it is. That's exactly the color. So I would say about 10 drops of sugar. All right, so that's how we're gonna bring that back. So you are responsible for filling out all of 2.2 after watching this video, or I'm sorry, I apologize, 2.3. All right, send us, Mrs. Rita or I, a Schoology message with any questions. Thanks.